Hey! Welcome back, all you OGs out there. Whether you're an online gamer, an original gangster, or just an old geezer like me, this is Julie 1961 for Old Gamers Never Die, and we're back here on Atlas. And we're on our single player map. If you've not watched the streams lately, doing a single player playthrough. But I wanted to stop a second and go over something that we covered in one of the live streams recently, but I want to do a short video on it just because, live streams are a commitment. It's like 2 hours long. And if you don't have time for that kind of commitment, I want to make sure you get this information. And the thing we're going to talk about today is vitamin deficiency. No, we're not going to talk about vitamin deficiency. We're going to talk about today is respecking your character. Okay, so if you've played official or you've played some of the other servers and there's a wipe and everybody goes out and they do their thing, and you're on this first day or maybe the second day, and you go out there and it's like everywhere you go there's a tame house or a hatchery or one of these things, harvesters, like a lumberyard or a mine or maybe even warehouses, and you're like, holy smokes, how does this happen? I just got on here today and I can't place my stuff. How do people get there this fast? It's crazy. Well, let me tell you how it happens, because it's not really hard, and it all depends on how you want to play the game, right? So in my how to play beginners tip video that I did, I told people, and I still stand by that, if you want to level your character up and play the game, you're going to go through your skill tree. You're going to want to unlock beast mastery and get your tames so that you can do things like get an elephant and actually be able to ride it, or a bear, or whatever other critter that you want to have, because they can help you gather all the different things. Elephants gather lumber, and giraffes gather thatch, and bears gather fiber, and they all, well, not giraffes so much, but a lot of them gather berries. Even the cows gather berries. But you want to tame stuff, so you don't have to do all that stuff by yourself. But then you go out there and you go, well, how did all these people do that? Did they just go ahead and put all their points into building? Why would you do that? But you do. If you want to get to the point where you're putting up the stuff like harvesters and warehouses, you have to go all the way through the whole construction tree and get down here to advanced automation, which has the warehouse and the market and the lumberyard and the mine and the quarry. All that stuff is here, all the way down here. And you got to get all these things. Plus, you got to get through survivalism and spend your points at the primitive construction just to open this up. So, Yuli, you told us to tame animals, and now I can't put my things down because they're all gone. Well, let me show you one way to do that. And I'm not, get out of my way, bull. That's a lot of bull. RRR, dad joke. Okay, so, I do have a lot of bull over here. But this is a way of doing it. Now, I'm not saying everybody does this and gets here this way, because if you come in with a bunch of people on your group that you're playing with and you have a large company, then you can afford to have a person who specs into the whole build tree, and then you can have somebody who specs all into animals, and you can have somebody who specs all into weapons and all into cannons and all into seamanship, and then everybody kind of uses the skills of the others to go out and kind of conquer the map. Now, you still can't ride a bear if you don't have any beast mastery done. You can't ride an elephant, but other people can if they have that done. So, that's a way to do it. But hey, I don't have 10 friends to play with. Or maybe you're like me, just don't have a lot of friends to start with. But no, I have friends. I do. I have a few. They might not claim me, but yeah. So how do you get there? Well, it's not that hard. It really isn't. It's just a little bit of not cheating. We're not going to cheat. We're just going to use the game to our advantage. So if you go to your inventory screen, now I'm going to tell you this. Before I show you how to respec your character, I want you to understand something. Do not, listen to me now. Listen closely.
Listen, Linda.
Do not do this when you're in the middle of, say, a PvP fight, or trying to tame something, or whatever else you might be doing. Only do this when you're in a safe place that you have a few minutes to manage things. Because when you respec your character, which you can do every time that your character levels up. And if you're playing on a dedicated server, you may be able to do it as many times as you want to. It all depends on how they have their settings. But on official, every time you level up, you can respec your character. But when you respec your character and you do what I'm going to show you how to do, it's going to delete everything in your skill tree and all of your attributes. It's going to reset all those back to whatever you start the game with. And you have to go back and set this stuff up again and then respend your points in here to get to where you want to be. Now you can do that, like I said, every level to get to, say, I want to really pound my way through the construction and mercantilism, and I'm going to get all this stuff, and then I'm going to go build it. I'm going to have to harvest it myself because I don't have beast mastery and I don't have the tames to do it with, but I can go out and do it myself, and I can blast through this whole tree so I can get to the harvesters and put those up. Day one, I've got to go do some stuff. And the best way I can tell you to get XP is to kill stuff if you're not traveling around. But the absolute best way to get XP is to go explore islands, because you'll get an island exploration or point of interest buff every time you find something, and take your treasure maps with you and do maps on the island that you just discovered. You don't necessarily want to go out and discover every single island day one because you're going to use up that buff. But if you save that till a time where you can actually go do treasure maps, and we did some in my last video, go check it out on how to go get treasure. But if you do treasure maps on an island that you haven't discovered yet, you're going to get the island discovery buff when you land on it and you get off your tame and you step on the ground. And if you go straight away and do maps, you're going to get even more XP. Or go straight off and try to look to kill some alphas or do whatever you got to do to bump that up if you've already, you don't have any maps. But that's a way to quickly get XP so you can spend them here. Okay, back to the real thing. Okay, this is what we're going to do to respec our character. Remember, listen, don't do this unless you're ready to spend a few minutes in safety fixing your character back up, okay? I've warned you twice now. 3 times, don't do this unless you're ready to do it and have some time to spend to set your stuff back up. Because otherwise you can be rushing through it and you're going to forget to put something in there that you want to put in, and then you're going to go to use it and it's not going to be there. Okay, ready? Here it is. It's not hard. It's right in the center of your screen. We've been talking about it the whole time. And some of you who've been playing are going to go, well, get to the point. You're like, here it is. Boom. Respec. And watch what happens when I hit this button. All right. Let's go ahead and make these. Let's spend this. I got 3 points. Let's spend these first so you can see. Okay, so they're all spent. I'm not going to go through all that process to spend them somewhere. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to... Now, I have everything spent. I have 39 levels. All that stuff is spent. I hit this respec button. Boom. I've still got my levels. But I have to spend them. See, right now I'm back at level 1. I can't do anything. I can't make a sword again. I can't make a pick again. I can't do any of that stuff. But once you spend your points again, and this is where you got to spend on your character stats to get this stuff back in. So we're going to go quickly and spend it all. We're going to spend a bunch of it on fortitude. Wow, fortitude's not going up very far. And we're going to spend some health, and we're going to spend some weight. And I'm just blasting through these because, I'll respec again later. Okay, so now I've got all that stuff. Now I can go back in here and I can start the process of going basic, cloth, primitive construction, and then I can just go straight over and unlock construction. Now I can go straight over to construction, and I can take all the points I have left over. And let's see if I can get down here. I think I can. Accept. Boom! I'm all the way spec'd out in building. And I can go build my advanced stuff, the warehouse, the market, and all that kind of good stuff. Now, if I started out and I respec and I had all my beast mastery stuff and I had built a box and just put all that stuff in there, all those supplies, I'd have them ready to go, and I can spec into this and I can go just build the stuff, right? And then when I go to my next level, and you see I'm halfway there anyway, when I hit level 40, I can respec again. That button, see, it disappears once you do it. But once I hit level 40, it's going to pop back up, and I can respend all my points and get whatever skill tree that I want to get, providing I got enough points to do it. Okay, I've got enough to go ahead and do beast mastery, so we're going to go ahead and just get that back. But see, if I had done that while I'm trying to do maps, or I'm in the middle of a fight, I'm screwed because I have nothing. I can't use, and I can use stuff. I can put this back in my inventory and use it. But if it's a legendary, higher level one, I can't use it because I don't have the skills to use it yet. I certainly can't make any of these things because I don't have that leveled up. So that's why I say make sure, absolutely positive, you're in a place where you can spend some time and reset your skills the way you want your character to be set up. And then the next time, if you missed something, you forgot to put something in, the next time you can respec, you can hit that button again. It'll show back up right here next to character stats. You'll see that little cog wheel when you level up. Hit it again, and then you'll have to respend your points here, and then you can go respend them in your skill tree and learn all the different skills that you want. Or you can set your character back up the way you want it, so it's kind of got a master of everything type situation. You won't be able to get all of the skill engrams unless you're on a modded server. You can't get them all. So respecing on some frequency is a good thing to do to just manage the things you want to have. You can respec everything into captaineering and build your ship, and not spend anything on Beastmaster. You could spec everything into combat or armor and then respec it into something else the next time. So that's a way, as a single player or a small group, you can very quickly swap your trade skills, let's put it that way, to do something else, build whatever it is that you want to build, and then when you level up again, you can swap it to something else. And so maybe the first thing is building your warehouses and your collectors. Then when you get a level again and you're ready to go, hit the button and level into shipbuilding. And then you can build your shipyards and your boats. Or you level again and you want to go do maps, so you level your tames all the way up and do like that. And you can get all that stuff. It all depends on how many points you've actually got in your bank. You won't lose any points by respecing, but you will have to respend them. And that takes a little bit of time if you want to do it thoughtfully, all right? Well, hopefully that helps you. This was a very short video. I just wanted to get this out there because I see people getting frustrated in the fact that they can't actually get something set up on official fast enough before all the land's gone. And especially when we're doing official maps that are much smaller than the original Atlas maps, there's not as much room to go put stuff up. So if you're playing PvE and you want to have a nice little compound, or maybe you're playing PvP and you want to have a protected area with protected ship docks or a big castle, all that kind of stuff, put your points where you need them to build the thing you want to build right away, with the understanding that you can hit that respec button later and get to something else. And you won't lose anything. You'll just be able to have, let's just say you went back to school and learned something different. You won't have the old stuff, because when you respec, if I respec right now, I would have to respend all my points again, and I might not want to spend all my stuff to get the warehouses and stuff. If I've already got that built, I might want to build something else. So that's a way to do it. Well, hopefully this helps you out some. If you learned something today that you didn't know before, or some information you can share with somebody else, please make sure you hit the like button, share it with your friends. And when you do that, YouTube puts my videos out for more people to see, which is always good. It helps people out, I hope. And hey, if you've got other information that you think new players should learn, make sure you leave those kind of tips and tricks in the comments. I really appreciate it. I've got a lot of good comments of things people can do as they're learning the game to make life easier on them. So I really do appreciate that from all of you folks that have been leaving comments on my videos. And hey, if you really enjoyed the content that I'm putting out there, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I'm amazed. We have over 3,200 subscribers at the time of making this video. And that just, I'm awestruck with all the support from the community. So I'm hoping that what I'm putting out there is something that people like. But yeah, subscribe to the Old Gamers. We have Discords. The link is in the description below, where people come and hang out and play games. I've got Ark servers up. I've got Conan servers up. And we just opened up some Atlas servers. If you want to play, follow the link in the description below to our Discord. Hop in, meet some new friends, go to the channels for the games, and you'll get all the information on how to get on there. I have them password protected because I want to make sure I know how many people are playing, not because I'm charging anybody for it. It doesn't cost you anything to play. Just come on out and have fun. It's PvE, and it's people that are all pretty much having a good time together. So you don't have to worry about people stealing your stuff or scamming you or wrecking your base, because we don't do that kind of thing. I did PvP. I'm tired of it. If you like it, go for it. But I'm too old for that stuff now. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Be good to each other. And until next time, this is Yuli signing out.